Hi, Janice. How are you?
Hi, Robin. So excited to talk to you again this week on
Yes.
Two Targets Talk.
Two Targets Talk, breaking the silence and the shame with Janice and Robin.
With Robin and Janice. That will never
Okay.
change. Your idea.
So what's your background? Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes. So, we're going to be doing this cute thing now every week, right? Where we decide what our backgrounds are going to be. And every single Easter, happy Easter, by the way, everybody, we go down the Jersey Shore. So I am still representing Jersey, and what I normally do with family every single Easter. It's sad this year because we can't be together. So that's my background now. Okay, now what about yours with the matzo ball soup? That is hysterical.
Okay, so Haxamea, it's Passover also.
Yes.
So I decided to put a big steaming bowl of matzo ball soup as my background.
I love it. It's awesome.
So we're doing the Bullies Playbook today.
Yes, but before we start, I want to talk about last week's show and the assignment that we had. The 25 top questions to get to know each other and our stories. So I don't really get emotional over my story anymore. Luckily, I've kind of moved past the crying stage for myself. But I was very surprised at the level of emotion that I had when I saw other people writing their answers and what their story was. It was very powerful. There were parts that, of course, we can see, we validate each other because so much of it was the same, right? Like so many people started losing sleep first. That was a great example. But the other thing is you saw things that maybe you hadn't thought of or maybe even processed yet for your own story as you saw other people sharing. And then just the bravery that it took. And listen, even the people that didn't fill it out, right, online publicly, for those of you that did it just in the own privacy of your home, we're so proud of you too. It's a difficult thing to face our stories, but such a powerful thing too. And before we moved into this episode, I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that. It was, it was a wonderful thing to see everybody sharing their stories, whether you did it publicly or not, breaking that shame, breaking the silence. That's what this is about. And I'm proud of everybody.
I know. It was really, really touching to see everyone's story. And I'm going to call out your phone sliding so that we know what you're doing.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. So this week we're going to do the Bullies Playbook.
Yes.
And what we found is the Bullies Playbook is it's the same playbook. So I don't know if they text each other, email each other, but it's pretty much the same for everyone.
Right. And I love how you always say that they're not a very creative bunch. That always makes me laugh when you say that. Yep.
Well, because they're not, we know. Targets, we know. We know.
We got you. And now we're letting other people know. That's what I love.
Yes. Be proud. So I'm going to do a David Letterman style. Are we ready?
We're ready. What are you going to do? The top 10 bullies? What the top 10 things on a bully's playlist of what they do to us?
Yes.
Okay,
ready?
Let me see if anything doesn't sound familiar because I think I'm going to recognize all of it. Go ahead.
I think you will. Number 10, discount a person's high performance. Number 9, assign undesirable work, meaningless tasks, stuff that really doesn't represent your level of professionalism. Number 8, sabotages an individual's contribution, sabotaging. Number 7, retaliation after a complaint was filed. Number 6, stealing credit for someone else's work. Number 5, abuse the evaluation process by lying about someone's performance. Number 4, gaslighting. Number 3, total isolation. Total isolation. Number 2, spreading destructive rumors. And number 1, making false accusations.
That's
how
it.
those sound.
Yeah,
There's more.
They all sound very familiar. Now, let me ask you, out of all those top 10, and we know there's many more, right? But these are the most popular ones. What were the ones that you would say affected you the most? Your top 1 or 2?
My top 2. Okay, my top 2 was evaluation process. I got evaluated by a manager who I didn't even know, never reported to. It was completely shocking. Not on my performance, but on my character, which I didn't know this person. Number 1 is isolation. humans are pre-wired for connection. So isolation it's really, it was really painful. What about you, Jen?
So I would say, and you know what's funny about this is I always believe in little signs from the universe. So today I woke up to a Facebook reminder that 3 years ago today was the day that I got my performance improvement plan, which I had toxicity in my workplace prior, of course, but when I got my performance improvement plan is really when my health started declining and I really started fighting back. So that happened today. And I thought, how interesting. We've had this plan since last week, this topic. So yes, the number one thing for me was definitely the attack to my performance, which we know now, right? That if you've been a super high performer and there's been no issues and you suddenly get brought in on performance issues, know that it has absolutely nothing to do with your performance. There's something else happening there. So that was devastating for me because like most targets, of course, we care so much about the way that we performed and how much we care for the company and the amount of work that we've done. We've had a great deal of satisfaction and how hard we've worked and how well we've done. So that gets taken away from us when they come in with these performance reviews. And the other thing is just like you said, the attack to my integrity. So who I was as a person, who I was as a leader. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
very
two
painful.
of the things that targets are. We're gonna do an episode on that too. We're gonna talk about targets and their personalities. Two of the things is our moral and ethical, how we are in the universe, how we live our lives, and that we are such strong workers, and our performance matters so much to us. So they go for the jugular.
Right. And they get us a lot of times. And that's why we want to do this show too. A, to validate those that it's happened to, and B, to let people know that it hasn't happened to yet. That this is an antic that they pull. So be on the lookout.
You would think that if we talk about this enough, it's the same thing. So targets, we should start getting ready for it when it happens, right? But it blindsides you. It's so surreal, the gaslighting and the isolation. So, but we're gonna break the silence, and we're gonna break the shame, and we're gonna talk about it. Cool.
That's right. All right. Well, what are we moving on to next? We definitely want people to participate, right? So when we post this, I'll just like I did last week, we'll list the 10 things that we listed in the broadcast, and then we want to hear which one thing. If you can't just pick one, like me and Robin, you had to pick two. Go ahead, but let us know what tactics affected you the most, or what happened to you, or how you felt about it.
Yes, and also, Janice, you have a blog coming out tomorrow. Can you say the name of it?
Yeah, so I'm going to have a 3-part recovery series, blog post series. And tomorrow is my top 10 things that sucked the most about recovery. So that's going to come out tomorrow on the Empowered Employee site at 10 a.m. So
and then we'll post it on. We're going to do a Facebook page. We had so much overwhelming.
Tell about the Facebook page that you made. Yes.
Well, I'm just starting it. We didn't realize we were going to have so much overwhelming. Like everyone was like, "Oh my God, that was so good. Can you do more?" So we're setting it up, and thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you next week for more Target Talk.
Two Targets Talk.
2 Targets Talk. That's right. For more of 2 Targets Talking.
Have a great week, Janice. Bye.
You too. Bye.